Okay, good. It said recording in progress, and so we're starting to record today. And
Yep.
we've got everyone arriving. We have about 5 minutes, what I call period of grace, before we all kind of get started. And I usually like to inspire everyone by showing some of the deals that are going on with information, not just listings, although we're going to be doing both today, networking. It's the old story. If you have a showing today, you have a chance to make money today. And so we're going to be concentrating. One of the things I like to concentrate on is hook you up with someone else where you can communicate together and set up a showing. And if you have a showing today, you have a chance to make money today, which is what it's all about. And I'm going to show you how you can be asking questions. You know, the beautiful thing, can you hear me there? Okay.
Oh yeah, you're excellent. Yes.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
sounds good.
All right. The beautiful thing about having a license to trade in real estate, really, a license is worth $1 million. It's absolutely worth $1 million to have a real estate license. And the reason is you're the only ones in the community, even though there's 40 or 50,000 of us, you know, in the province, 30, you know, whatever the
Just mute everyone and they can unmute themselves.
Okay, all right. So
If they want to talk, they can unmute
has to do
themselves.
that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I've just muted everyone. But the nice thing about it is if anybody has a question or wants to talk, you can unmute yourself and ask questions as you go along. But you're going to see all kinds of beautiful testimonials here of people that are making money with not just listings on a real estate board. Everybody has MLS, but not everybody has information. And you can work that information. You haven't been able to work that information. You can't, if somebody says, bring me in a buyer, you can't put that on MLS. You got to have a signed listing to put it on MLS. So we're going to show you people that are making up to $1 million, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars. And you can make and be doing referrals, doing all this kind of business, just working information, not just listings. And that's what all these are right now that I'm kind of showing you on the screen. And I'm just showing you that before we officially kind of get started to get you excited that this is all services, both what Sonny's doing, what I'm doing, that makes brokers money. And that's part of the excitement of it. But the real true excitement, I think, is a job well done. When you sell something and you do a good job and you sold it, boy, it makes you feel like $1 million. And in real estate, we just need more opportunities to do that. And so we're always looking for ways to kind of generate new business. And that's what this is all about today, is generating new business. So within the next 60 minutes, we're going to learn some new ways that you can make money with your license. And I'm going to make a statement, then you can agree or disagree, that there is, at the end of the session, let me know, was there something that you learned that maybe you've been overlooking with your license all of this last year, and that you might learn today that say, oh my God, this year can be a lot more productive if I do just a couple of things. And I'm going to go through that a little later today, that we're going to show you things that you can be doing this year that can make you a lot of extra money in your regular everyday travels. You don't have to go out of your way. You just have to be aware of what I call opportunities in real estate, which traditionally a lot of brokers are kind of missing. But today we're going to share that with you, and up to you if you want to use it. We're just making suggestions for you to do business. And I'm in a unique position in the sense that I'm helping as an assistant to 1,000 brokers and salespeople, and I get so many comments back and all the deals that they're doing. They're letting me know, such as you see on the screen and many others. And if you want to see all of this, what you're seeing on the screen, I do suggest that you have a pad of paper and a pencil today, and be ready to take a picture with your camera of the screen as well. But you should visit the ICIWorld.com website. It's all been redone. It's been the last 5 months. We've redone the whole thing. A lot of work and effort. In fact, we've been going for over 20 years on the internet, and it's just getting better and better with the social media and all this other stuff clicking. And by the way, that social media is going to be a big time resource for every single person here, if you know how to ask the right questions, which I'm going to be going through in a moment. But you'll see all the deals that are being done here. And these are done by brokers and salespeople, just like you and me. I've also been a realtor as well for 48 years. Can't believe it has been that long. But so Sonny, I'm just going to almost complete this little spot that I'm showing all this stuff, and maybe we're almost ready to get started.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're all ready to get started. Thanks everyone for joining today. Happy Wednesday. And hope everyone's having a productive month and year ahead. We want to thank you for participating and joining us today. And we want to encourage everyone to really push themselves in to share any haves they have or any wants they have. So we're going to do it in that format. And basically, we want to help you grow your business, and we want to help everyone, make more money. So just don't feel shy. Anything you have, share it, and anything you want, and we can help you find it. We'd be more than glad to help you do so. So let's get started. I want to introduce my good friend and co-host, Mr. Gary Neska. Very good friend of mine since I believe 2003. He's the president of ICIWorld, and he was the past president of CCIM. If everyone knows, CCIM is one of the highest designations in commercial real estate. So we want to thank Gary for coming here and participating and joining us today, and helping us lead our networking training call. He's been in the business, as he said, over 45 years, so almost 48 years, give or take. And we have the same mutual goals, is to help realtors grow their business. So Gary, without further ado, we want to go ahead and introduce you, and let's get started.
Okay, very good. Let's turn the camera on, and I don't know, are you able to see me there now?
Excellent. Yeah, you got the
hello.
whole world behind you there.
Yes, we do. And that's because it's what Bill Gates said a long time ago when he was talking to Warren Buffett. And Warren, this is in the early 90s, and he says, Warren, we're able to communicate all around the world virtually, absolutely free, maybe a few pennies, a few dollars, but basically it's free to communicate with people on the other side of the world. And every one of us that's listening here today, we've got the internet, and we can talk with people all over the world, absolutely free, basically, virtually no cost. I'm talking a few $100s. And then Warren didn't even understand it back in the 90s. And it turned out that in 1994, we sort of got on the internet doing things. And that's because we were at the Toronto Real Estate Board, and we were standing up in a meeting of the CCIM chapter, and brokers would stand up and says, I have a buyer for something, or I have a want, which is a buyer looking for something. And another person would stand up, I have a property available for sale. And we would stand up and do 1 and 2 minute sessions. And it worked out wonderfully, because 65% of the people in the CCIM chapter, we ended up doing business with other people in the chapter. Well, the problem that was happening that I saw, and I was attending these meetings, I could not write down fast enough to write everyone's haves and wants down. And so when you leave the meeting, you always feel like, oh my God, there's some things that I maybe should have written down. There was one person that had an apartment building, 16 units, but I can't remember what it is. Or somebody else had a buyer for a shopping center, or all these different kinds of properties. Today it extends right into residential. And I couldn't keep track of it all. So I started to build a little bulletin board system, and then it gravitated, and I happened to meet a gentleman who was doing some work for Nortel Corporation and was building systems for $5 million. Our system is a $5 million system. So it's kind of hard for somebody else to kind of reproduce exactly what it is that we have, because it was built by one of the senior search engineers, and he's been with us now for over 25 years, since the beginning, and keeping it going along the way. So now, no matter where you are in the world, you can click on a little search button right here. And when it comes up, you can choose either commercial, business, search, residential, or the FSBOs. And if I clicked on search commercial, and I was choose just properties in the Greater Toronto area and did a search, bingo, there's all the haves and wants. We don't have to miss connecting with somebody else. You can maximize your potential if you get your information onto the internet where the whole world can see it. And we got like 40,000 IP addresses a month pinging all over the place, which is the closest number that we know of the number of people that are visiting the site on a regular basis. And there you see, there's all kinds of properties here now. I know they're one at a time, hard to read, but this is just to give you an example of how you can be checking these things out every day and just finding who some of the buyers are. Now, here's a buyer for a medical building, for instance, right there. Theoretically, if you had one, you could call them up and you can go do a sale, and that was $31 million. So if you know the owner of a medical building, give them a call. Would they consider selling? And I'm going to show you those questions. And I'll show you how easy it is to do business right now. You all should put the app on your phone, click on it, open it up. It takes 1 second. Click on business opportunities such as you see here. Click on the word want right there. And bingo, up comes all the wants. You'll see them coming up on a page right now. And this doesn't exist on the Toronto Real Estate Board or any real estate board. Now, we only allow licensed real estate brokers to join, same as the Toronto Real Estate Board, and we call ourselves the ICIWorld Association of Real Estate Brokers and Salespeople. It's an independent association, and it happens to be owned by me. It's been a nonprofit for many, many, many years because we take all the money and we plow it right back in because we're so excited to build it into a world service. And you'll see the wants. Now, everybody goes into a pharmacy from time to time. There's a buyer for a pharmacy. And this is why I'm saying to regular brokers that have been in business for, I don't care if you've been in the business brand new or you've been in it for 50 years, more than me. The next time you go into a pharmacy, could you not ask to speak to the owner of the pharmacy? Introduce yourself and say, may I ask you a business question? Would you consider selling if I got you the right price? And if he says, absolutely, bring me in $1.2 million and I'll sell it today, you've got yourself a buyer here. All you have to do is click on this right now. You don't have to be a member. You could give this person a call at RE/MAX and bingo, try to make an appointment and go show the property. And next thing you know, you got yourself a deal. And if it's $1.2 million and if it's 5%, 60 grand, 30 to you, 30 to them, bingo, you're making some money right off the bat. So that's how look at this banquet hall. Everybody goes to a banquet hall sooner or later. There's people looking for supermarkets, variety stores, hotels, motels, gas stations, you name it. There's different kinds of buyers for all kinds of things here, and it's very easy to read. If you get your car washed, between today and Saturday, because it's really nice weather coming up, why not ask the car wash owner, go into a car wash, there's a buyer here for a car wash. Look at that. Wanted car wash. And if there's a buyer for a car wash, why not ask the car wash owner when you go through the car wash, would you consider selling if I got you the right price? And if he says, sure, bring me in for $3.2 million, again, that's another 5% commission, 150 grand, 75 to you, 75 to them. Bingo, that's an opportunity to make money. Now, I know today there's a lot of residential people here and they say, oh my God, it's above my head. No, it isn't. You can be like a general practitioner doctor. And when you have something that's specialized, you can do a referral. Doctors do referrals, lawyers do referrals, real estate professionals do referrals. So if you talk to the owner of a car wash, you could actually end up calling this gentleman here and say, listen, I know a car wash owner that's thinking of selling. Why don't you try to go list and sell it? And is a 25% referral commission okay with you? You could even do that with Sunny. Sunny, are you available to help somebody sell a car wash?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so that shows you now how does the referrals work? Well, if it's $3 million, 5%, $150,000 commission, 75 to you, 75 to the listing agent, 75 to the selling agent, you would get 25% of the $75,000, which is about $19,000 for doing a 5-minute referral. But you have to ask one free question of every owner that you ever talk to that owns a business for the rest of your life. I would never go into another business again without taking 1 minute out. Even if you go to the Swiss Chalet and take the family out and you have to go to the washroom on the way back, ask to speak to the owner. If they're not there, leave your business card, have them contact you later. Any questions on this so far? This is just the beginning. Any questions?
Hi there, good afternoon. I have a question with regards to this. You mentioned it's an app.
Yes.
Okay, and so this app is available for registrants only?
No, it's open to the public.
Oh, is that right?
And right now you're a part of the public.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you can, if you got your phone handy, put it in your hand.
Yep, yep.
Go to the App Store
Mm-hmm.
and do a search. And search for ICIWorld, which is all one word. And it should say ICIWorld Global Real Estate Networking. Did you find it?
Yeah, global reals, yeah,
Okay, go ahead and install it, get it and install it. And everything that I'm showing you on the screen now is going to come up for you. And the key thing here, a lot of people have to learn, is how to use this form that will come up for you. This form has a lot of power in it to dig down and dig information. It starts with something called keyword. If you go into a restaurant today, as a matter of fact, Caroline, is that you speaking?
that's correct.
Okay, are you able to open the app?
I'm loading it up.
Oh, good show. Once you get it open, let me know.
Yep, I've got it.
Okay, can
Are
you
are you tracking me?
No, actually, that's, well, you know, something maybe Apple does. Apple actually, first of all, our privacy policy is that we don't have, we do not sell email addresses or anything like that. And anytime you fill in a form, we do keep a cookie, which remembers your password and your login ID. That's all we do. We do not track anything, but if the Apple phone does, they do it with the geolocator that Google does and all, whatever they do with that stuff, that's what they do. But we don't follow you around. That really bugs me. You know, I drive by a store, I was inquiring something, next thing you know, I'm getting ads for that store coming up on my phone. I personally don't like that, but other people do like it. So I don't mind if they have the choice, as long as I can turn it off, because I don't want it.
Okay.
But we don't do that. None of that. No, we're a real estate broker service provided by real estate brokers. Now, can you go ahead and click on business?
Sure.
And up at the top, you're going to see something called keyword.
Yes, I do. Yep.
Okay, let's pretend that you're going out to a restaurant tonight, to the Keg or something downtown Toronto. Go down and click on restaurants. Everybody can do this if you want to, if you have the app open. See if you can find restaurants.
All right.
And
Sorry.
well, that's okay.
Just sweeping it too much, and
yeah, it takes about a couple of weeks to kind of get used to it, how to make it work. Especially if you have an iPhone, it's tricky because it acts like a slot machine. You got to scroll through it.
yeah, exactly. So I'm just working on that. But yeah.
And then try to work on the Canada, Ontario, and Greater Toronto. And if you pulled up restaurants, everyone that does it now, it's a good practice. See if you can bring up 11. And so there's 11 buyers of restaurants on the screen, which means that almost every restaurant you go into nowadays, you got a chance to make some money. And that's beautiful, because only you can do this with your license. That's why your license, to me, it's worth $1 million, your license, because you get a chance to ask people these questions. And this focuses you on actual buyers and sellers. This is no longer fishing. You've actually got people ready, willing, and able to see that restaurant. And all you have to do is ask owners in your area, would they consider selling if you got them the right price? You can do this for daycare centers, for just any kind of business that you can think of. So that was a good question. Okay, now, does anybody, should we start with commercial or go right into commercial and or residential, Sonny?
Commercial's better to start off, and then we can do the residential in the end if there's any time left over.
Okay, so does anybody have any halves? Halves are the properties for sale and for lease. And maybe I can show that to you. If you'll see over here, it says haves and wants. If I clicked on the halves, and I was to choose, let's say, just apartment buildings, you're going to see all the different categories here. I'm going to choose apartment buildings, halves, less than 3 months old. That's a big deal now, people. Some people haven't made money on our service because their listings were more than 3 months old. You've got to keep them fresh and up to date. Hang on one second.
So everyone's encouraged to participate. If you have a have, we're going to go systematically, and please go ahead and present it to the group. Does anyone have a have?
Now,
Okay, yourself.
the kind of information, sorry, that we're looking for is just sort of what you see on the screen. It's basically, it starts off with a location, Toronto, the kind of have that you might have, and it could be anything. It could be as simple as an assignment condo. It could be a residential. It can be commercial. It doesn't matter. But the general location, the type of property, the price, and a little bit of sizzle why anybody should be interested in it. That's all we need, 4 little items. So does anybody have anything available for sale right now?
Hello?
Yes, I currently have an off-market medical pharmaceutical dispensary in north, about 1 hour west of Toronto.
Very good.
So-
And how much is it?
It's currently asking $375K. It's been established for about 50 years in operation. So they're currently seeking a suitable strategic partner / pharmacist to come in and cater to the general public. It's currently, this medical dispensary only dispenses to their clients. So they're
Does
trying to
it-
bring in a pharmacist that will also cater to the general public.
Does anybody know what the keyword is to search?
Pharmacy,
That's one thing.
dispensary,
Guess what? Keep going.
Medical?
Who
medical.
said medical, bingo, I like that one too. They're all could work. I'm going to remove the business. I'm going to leave it on all categories. And we're going to change this to a want to see if there's anybody looking for medical, anything with the word medical in the subject line. And usually when it comes to the age, we expand it up to 1 year because people looking even from 1 year ago could still be looking. And if it's in Eastern Ontario, we could change this to Eastern Ontario. I'm just going to simply remove it and leave it on Ontario, not just Greater Toronto. So we got wants for medical in Ontario and less than 1 year old. And let's do a search and let's see if anything comes up. Looks like 23, but this is a little business. It's only around $500,000. So there's something there. There's a dental practice and another serious qualified buyer. So there's a few people that are working with buyers that you could give a call to and network with them.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, what you're going to want to also do theoretically is to get your, if I change this to a have to see what else is there, and I search the haves, I like to search the haves by price, do a search. These are all the medical, anything with the word medical in it, sorted by price. And let's go down to that price range. And there's some in that price range, off-market offerings.
That's mine.
Oh, who's that speaking?
That's me, the one who's, that's the same pharmacy I'm describing.
Oh, you're talking about Sonny's got it here?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mine. I posted it. Yeah.
Okay.
We work
So-
together. We're business partners.
Okay, very good. All right, so very good. So you've got that on here. Excellent. Excellent. So that's great. Now, I haven't told anybody about this yet, but I should. You'll notice that we have another section called the FSBO area. And in the FSBO area, this is where the public can actually post information absolutely free. And what you see on the screen are 8,000 listings that have been posted by the public. You tell me if that isn't incredible. Now, what you can do is you can put the word medical in here. And again, we'll change it to a want way up at the top here. Wanted medical Ontario. And let's expand this a little bit and make it search database. And look at that. You tell me if that isn't interesting. Now, we had another broker who was looking to sell a medical building. He went in here and he did a search and he found a doctor that had posted a want from 5 years ago. 5 years ago. He called him up and it turned out, he says, are you still looking? He says, absolutely. He says, since then, he's purchased 2 other medical buildings and he ended up doing business with the broker that called him. So these listings get old very, very quickly. And so some of these listings may no longer, the circumstances may well have changed big time. And the only way you can find out is by giving them a call. So you're going to have time to go through them. But if you have one specific kind of buyer that you're looking for, it's worth maybe to kind of go through them and find them. Isn't that interesting?
Perfect. Does anyone else have any haves they want to share? Please go ahead.
Sorry, I don't have a hat, but I just had a question with regards to navigating. So if we were to actually just toggle on one of those, highlight those, would the contact information just appear then? I think that you showed the listing.
Yeah, you see here, Carolyn, when it says search database 1.
Yeah.
Database 1 are haves and wants placed by broker members.
Right. Oh,
And it's just like classified ads in a newspaper. Now, you have to be a member of ICIWorld to put your information in here.
okay.
And it's not $319 per month, $319 per month. In fact, the special today is not even $319 per year. In fact, the special is $240 for 1 year and 3 months. Can anybody divide 15 months into 240? Can somebody do that on their calculator for me? That's how much it's going to work out to theoretically per month.
16.
What's it work out to?
16. 16.
$16. It's basically, if you join on the special that we have today, anybody wants to join, the address for the special, you will have to write it down. It's the only way you can get it.
I'll
It's
put it in the
called-
chat box.
It's called Sunny, SUNNY .ICIWorld.com. Sunny.ICIWorld.com. And if you happen to do it today, I personally will add an extra 3 months on in your first appointment with us. So you actually can end up with 18 months. Can anybody divide 18 into 240? What does that come out to?
Oh, that's crazy.
I know it's crazy. It's to get everybody going. I want to get everybody off the fence and networking in one spot in the world. It makes it fabulous. And you know, the other day I thought, look at all the people trying to sell. If you tried to get a list like this, let me go back to search. And let's go back to, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to search.
I have a
commercial.
question.
Sure, go ahead.
Is this just in Canada, or are you in the United States or worldwide, or how
This-
far out does this expand?
This is the planet Earth. And if we can have something for sale on the moon, I'll just add the word moon here.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. And
a
what
mooncake.
country were you thinking?
I'm in the United States, the southern part.
Okay, so
Like Missouri.
southern part, you're talking Florida, North, South Carolina, or where are you?
Missouri.
Okay, in Missouri. Okay, so I'm going to click on search and I'm going to go over to the FSBO area on the search
Okay.
FSBOs, and I'm going to choose USA. And Missouri is, where's Missouri? Central.
Yep.
Where is it here? Oh, I missed it. It's not. Where is it?
South Central.
What's the 2 letters
Oh,
for Missouri?
North. You have it as North Central. North Central is what you have it as.
Oh, okay, very good. Okay, so you can see some of the there's about 340 here in the FISBO area. Interesting, eh?
Yeah, it is.
There's a lot of
And I
buyers.
have several off market.
Okay, so you can post those off-market properties here as well. And that would be great for you to be doing that.
Oh, you have some off
Yeah.
market for sale. Why don't you share that with us? Even one or two of them, if you don't mind.
Sure, I have a car wash that has not been ran in about 6 years in Billings, Missouri.
Mhm.
It has all brand new updated electronics, card reader systems, water lines, and their asking price is $365,000 on that. And then I have a barber shop, which could be converted into really anything. They're just wanting to sell the actual commercial property and the lot that it's on for $285,000, also in Billings, Missouri. And then I have an old gas station. They have removed the tank, so it's EPA compliant right now, and that's going to be in Mount Vernon, Missouri. And their asking price is $475,000.
The prices
Yeah.
seem quite reasonable. Wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Gas stations.
So that's the kind of thing that we're doing here, is to helping you to network that. We're another major player in the world to help network haves and wants, no matter where you're located. So that would be, I would have fun helping you make connections. And with every single person that joins, I want everyone to make sure they call me when you get your first check in your hands from doing a deal. I want to be the first one to congratulate you. And you just have to read the testimonials and you see all the wonderful. So that's what inspires us to kind of build this service going forward. And you'll see all of these are all applicable to Missouri that I'm showing you.
Mhm.
Interesting, eh?
Very.
All right. Now,
you.
let's go back out of here. Any other halves?
We do, yeah. I think, Raj, are you there? Do you want to share some of your halves that you have?
Yes, how are you?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, good. So I have a few gas stations here, and they're all across Ontario. I actually have a website called ontariogasstations.ca.
Okay,
And
hang
I've
on.
been
Let me bring it up for you. Ontario Gas Stations.ca.
Yeah.
Nice, catchy.
There we go. Raj, very good.
So we've been focusing on gas stations since 2015.
Tell me what you might want me to click on. Is there anything you want me to click on?
Well, I mean, they're kind of, I got to update the ones that are scrolling, but I have ones that we just got a few days ago. I have one in Perry Sound. That's just north of Toronto.
Okay.
And I have one to be
Where do
built.
we see it? Is it on your website?
I have to update it.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is what I'm just kind of just verbally telling you guys.
Yeah, verbally tell us. That's good enough.
Yeah. If anybody has, so I have actually a few across Ontario. I'm in the commercial WhatsApp group, and I'll try to attend these meetings on a weekly basis, but
Monthly.
it's monthly. Okay. All right.
Every third Wednesday of the month is commercial, and every first Wednesday of the month is social media.
Okay, good. So I have one in Perry Sound. I got one in Scarborough. They vary from the one in Perry Sound's asking 3.9. I have one in Scarborough asking 10 million. So there's a very range of different prices that we have for gas stations.
And do you cooperate with other brokers?
Well, yeah, I mean, if there's a serious buyer that you have, since if it's on this group or the commercial group, yes, we can kind of sit down and think and talk about how we can work together. But normally we really just deal with the buyer directly and the seller directly. But if there's an opportunity and you have a serious buyer, we can all sit down and yes, we can cooperate.
The main thing, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Raj, some of these things are not necessarily listed at the time. And so to give away the information, people can end up going behind your back And if you don't have a relationship, you definitely don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's exactly why
I
it's,
think what Raj is saying, everyone, is that if he has a good relationship with you and he feels that he can trust you to work directly through him only, he'll work with you. Because if he doesn't know you, he's not going to give the address. In fact, on ICIWorld, we have something special that we do. We actually never give addresses on ICIWorld. We wait until you actually put agreements in place first. And but I'll cover that in a little later.
yeah, you hit it on the head, Gary. It's sensitive information. These are open listings sometimes. I've known the owners for years now, and then they send me they give me a shout, say, hey, I'm ready to sell now. And sometimes they're just open listings saying, if you have a buyer, bring them to me. And that's how I usually work. But yeah, information is sensitive. We're all professional here trying to do our job. I haven't had, knock on wood, I haven't had anybody do that. But because I have such a good relationship with the owners that, I mean, they usually tell me, hey, this buyer came, this agent came. So, I've been lucky enough that we've been able to protect that. But yeah, it's everybody's just trying to do their job, right? So,
Hello?
hello?
Oh, yes, you're good.
Okay.
I say, have you seen this list?
We actually, I think, do you know somebody named Roger Jane?
Yes.
I know him for a long time.
Yeah, I work with him and I work with his son, Neil. So me and him partner up on this the last few years.
Very good. Well, here's a list of buyers that you could end up working with. You'll see them all on the screen. And I'm only searching back, let me see, 3 months. If I was to search back even 1 year, see how many there would be. Yeah, there's 22 buyers of gas stations right here.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna definitely check this out for the ones.
And if I click on it, there's some of the people that are on our network in the association that are, have a buyer qualified. This was just put on, that was put on last year. But usually these people, they could still be looking and they're looking to buy more than one, but you got to call them up. Now,
Sure.
The nice thing about this service is that you can set it up even to only see the listings less than 1 month old. If I was to do that, these are all the listings that are less than 1 month old. So these are all fresh. These are people, if you call them up, they'll go look at the property this weekend. It's that fast. I mean, you could be making $100,000 by this weekend calling one of these brokers here.
Yeah.
It is actually that fast. I've got brokers that have made $55,000 with 2 hours work. They spotted it, they showed it, that people loved it, they put in the offer, and they did a deal the same day. It was on an industrial building in Scarborough. And
Nice.
so deals can be done very quickly when you can match them with the right person. And so that's what this service is all about. This is a very powerful tool in the hands of a knowledgeable and competent professional person like yourself, Raj. You can make a connection with people very, very quickly. Another thing you can do, Raj, I'm going to go back to the search, and this time I'm going to search the haves for gas stations. And just to see what's here and sort them by price. These have all been put on within the last 3, oopsie daisy. Let me go back here. Did I choose? No, I didn't choose the keyword gas. I went up and chose the keyword gas. Here we go. And come down here and do a search. And we got 19 of them that have been put on within the last 90 days, right up to $7.5 million. There they are. Now, here's the big thing. If you have a property and you do not have a signed listing, there's a couple of things that are going to happen, but maybe we better do the haves first, Sonny. And if we have time, I'm going to show
Absolutely,
people,
yes.
I'm going to teach people how to work open and exclusive listings in a competent, professional manner and in compliance with RICO. I'm going to show that sometime during the session. You can let me know when, Sonny, but we should
Absolutely, yeah.
continue on with the haves and the wants.
Thanks for sharing that, Raj. So who else has a have to share? Please go ahead and share it with the group.
I have a have.
Sure, go ahead.
Want.
It's in Mexico, actually.
Excellent. Share it with us,
So
please.
it's personal property that we actually have.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so it's land, it's beach, ocean view in the Las Playitas area, close to Todos Santos in the Baja California South. Like, I don't have it listed, but I do have, like, we own that.
Excellent. How big is the land?
Well, we have 4,000 square meters and 2,000 square meter lot. We're cur-
Okay. And what can you put on the land?
We're currently building on the 4,000 square meter. The 2,000 is empty. You can put probably a 1,500 square foot property on the land for sure.
And what's the zoning? Is it residential, commercial, mixed use?
It's what I would say is residential.
Okay.
It's probably like one of the few properties in the area that still have like a beach view, ocean, waves, everything.
Excellent. What's the asking price?
Well, that's a good question. I have to really check back with my spouse, but I mean, we're looking at like 65 to 70 for a 2,000 square meter on that property.
USD or Canadian
Yes,
dollars?
it would be USD.
Just asking. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I have a couple of questions on something like that. When we put stuff like that on here, some of the people are going to be concerned about a couple of different things: travel time, medical assistance, and security.
Yeah.
Could you address those three quickly somehow?
Well, we've just spent 4 months there, and in terms of security, it's safe. We've had my husband is from there as well, from Mexico, but travel time to the main town is like 20 minutes. And there is medical service within that reach as well.
Okay. Well, you know that you can be putting it on here and be marketing it worldwide.
Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of the answer I was hoping to hear.
You can see some of the other ones in Mexico here.
Righto. Okay.
Excellent. Thanks so much for sharing that. Appreciate it. Who else has something to share who they want to sell or they have a
I
have?
some
Please
wants,
share it.
actually. I
Go
have
ahead.
some
Yeah.
wants. Yes. Hi, my name is Evelyn.
Hi, Evelyn.
I'm looking for some, I guess, small restaurants for sale or restaurants for sale. I have some franchisors that are looking to purchase turnkey operations. And I am representing a few franchisors myself that are looking to sell to franchisees in case anybody has somebody interested.
What about the location, please?
The location, there's various locations right now. There's all over the GTA. I have like various different franchisors that I'm looking for space for them. I'm selling their franchises. And then I'm also looking for locations to put them in. So pretty much Cambridge, London, Windsor, Oakville, Mississauga, always very popular. Hamilton, anywhere in the Golden Horseshoe, really.
Excellent. Okay.
Is
Well,
this the first time you're seeing this list on the screen?
Yes, and I'm actually going to be signing up for your service today now that I know about it.
Well, you
'cause,
get the extra 3-month bonus too.
Yep,
well,
there's a
I'm definitely
discount
gonna do
code
that.
in the chat box. You can use that same site.
Yes, I'm definitely going to
The,
do that. I think it.
Just so that you know, when people join on the same day of doing this particular seminar, I personally have to add it on later. So you have to trust me that in our first little session where I'm helping you, that you remind me to add the extra 3 months.
Okay, for
Because
sure.
that's just a verbal presentation from me on the
That's
same.
okay. I know you for 20 years. You're good for it.
just.
You're not running off anywhere. You're good.
Okay, by the way, one of the franchises, what's that franchise that's got pancakes and everything? I forgot the name of it, the new one.
Denny's?
No,
There's a new one that is a Japanese
IHOP?
inspired.
IHOP.
no,
I-
there's another one.
I forget the name. I saw it.
Golden Griddle? It's not really new though.
No, this is a new one. It's taken over some of the chorus locations too.
Chorus locations.
Oh,
I know there's a
geez.
Japanese one
Stack.
that-
It's called Stack.
Stack.
That's the one.
That's the one. Okay, so you're not working with Stack at all.
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not working with Stack yet.
Oh, okay.
Yet, she said the yet word there, eh?
Yet.
I'm
I did
gonna-
meet them. I did meet them. We're under negotiation, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, now, just from general knowledge, I don't know if you know, but
Mhm.
we're on the front page of all the major commercial real estate publications in the Southern Ontario. So we're on the front page of the Business Exchange. So when you go there, somebody sees that and they say, oh, check out this website. Bingo, if your listing is here, because of that front page ad, they see you, you get a call almost within 5 minutes of somebody seeing that ad on the front page of the Commercial Investor, the Business Exchange, and some of these other publications.
Yeah, I
Now,
was in there for a while. It's good. Over 13 years.
and what's exciting is, I don't know if you know, but they have a big seminar, not a seminar, a big conference coming up in 2 weeks. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
I haven't.
All the major franchises, food franchises are going to be there. So that's a session that you
I've
definitely
been
should
there.
go to.
Yes, I have been there, and I will be going this weekend. It's actually this.
And I'll tell you something, I had a booth there. It's just so busy, I can't even do booths anymore, as many as I'd like to. But here's the question that everybody that walked by the booth, and you can do this standing at line at Tim Hortons with your real estate license. You're standing in line and you're waiting, and you say, oh, by the way, I happen to be in real estate. And what do you do? And you chit chat. And then you could say, may I ask you a question? Do you know of anyone looking to buy or sell any kind of real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? And then zip it. Wait for the answer. 1 2-day period at that Business Exchange conference, I got 30 haves and wants to do business on, and I put them all on the ICIWorld network in this private FSBO area. We even had one person had $20 million worth of property, Sonny, a farmer that had all his properties.
Wow.
It's amazing when you go to these sessions, but you got to ask the questions. You got to ask the questions. If I was to get you, if I was to get you the price you wanted, that's one kind of question. But from just talking, standing in line at Tim Hortons or any place, I happen to be in real estate. Do you know anybody thinking of buying or selling any real estate in the next 1 to 5 years? That's all. Next thing you know, somebody say, oh, well, my son's looking for a property. They're going to be going back to school in September. We're looking for a condo. You'll be surprised what comes up just by asking questions. So I'm finding that a lot of real estate people are not asking as many questions as they could or should. And you're the only ones that can ask those questions because of your real estate license. So I'm encouraging you as an assistant to each and every one of you. I always consider us as an assistant to you personally to get you asking more questions. Go ahead, Sunny, for more halves.
Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing that, Evelyn. Who else has a have? Please go ahead and share it with the group. Don't feel shy.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Anise. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Tell us about the mechanic shop. Hint, hint.
Yeah, actually, we have a couple of mechanic shops. Not one or two. We have couple. It's like
So give us some more information. Yes.
so. Oh yeah, one of them is 40 minutes from Toronto on west of Toronto,
Mhm.
and this with
What's the asking price?
asking price is 10 million.
Oh, good. And it must be it must be a big mechanic setup,
Yes,
right?
it is a big one. Yes.
Okay, very good. And where's the other one?
Another one is the same area, and that one is 1.4.
Excellent.
Yeah,
And where's the next one?
the next one is in Barrie,
Mhm.
1.7.
Okay. And what else?
Yeah, 3, and one will come up with 25 million.
Excellent. And what about, do you still have that scrapyard?
No, not that one.
Okay, excellent. So a bunch of mechanic shops, yes.
Yes.
1.4, 1.7, and 25 million. Very good.
Yeah, and 10 million.
And 10 million. Sorry, I missed that one. Yep.
Has anybody ever seen as many mechanic shops in one space as you see right now? Isn't that incredible?
Wow, that's crazy.
Never seen that.
So these are the kind of things that if we could just get the whole industry, everybody that has a real estate license, just to put all their haves and wants in one spot, we will all have the knowledge where to get the information right away, be the first ones to show it, have a major competitive edge over anybody that doesn't know this stuff.
Wow.
So all the haves are there, but see, the wants are there. So that's extremely valuable. So when you have something, the logical thing to do is to call all the wants and say, hey, how's it going? I have this, this, this. I have this, this, this. Call all the wants and make that connection, because without a seller and without a buyer and without matching them up together, there's no business. So don't keep it a secret. Start matching.
I can show something really exciting. All of those people that had a have or a want, do you all have websites?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes.
Guess what?
I just joined EXP, so I'm just getting it done.
You're
I
just
guess.
getting it done. Okay, marvelous. Well, there's something special that you can do. Everything that I've been showing you today, all of these listings can be on your website. Would you all like that?
Absolutely.
May I show it to them, Sonny?
Sure.
No, no showing it to them. Keep it
Okay,
a secret.
well,
Yep,
okay.
we're gonna keep real estate a secret. We're not gonna make any money. We're just gonna keep it a secret. That's it.
Okay, you could go into the four brokers and learn all. In fact, I will. I'll go right here. And you'll see a button here underneath this four brokers. It says provide exclusive listings on your website. Everybody can see that, okay?
Yes.
I'm gonna
Yes.
click on it. And here it is, display. By the way, the good news is all of this is included in your, did anybody ever divide 18 into 240?
13.3.
Okay, so for $13, you can have this, all of these exclusive listings on
It's a
your
steal.
website.
How come I didn't get that deal since 2003 being with you? But where is the loyalty? You're giving strangers a better price than your members that have been with you 15 years. What's that all about?
Okay, well.
We got a little jealousy stirred up there, eh?
I've been
Inflation,
keeping it.
deflation.
Okay,
No, loyalty. Well, forget inflation.
there's one thing you
I think
learn about.
it's deflation. It doesn't sound like inflation to
I
me.
did, that's what I said.
Oh, you
deflation.
did? Okay, I didn't
Oh,
hear
yeah.
that. I'm like, what is she saying? Inflation.
Well, you know, Sonny, everybody knows there's only two things in life that don't change. Okay, let's go down. Death and taxes, if you wanted the answer. Everything changes from time to time, that's for sure. Anyways, let me go down the page. When I come down the page, you're going to see some sample websites. And I can do them by company or by commercial brokers, 50 sample websites. But I can do it by which company, maybe let me do them. I'll just come down here and do them by the name of the website. What kind of website does somebody have here? Any kind of a website, just name a company.
I have a Coldwell Banker.
Oh, Coldwell Banker. Okay, so what I would do is I would go back to websites by real estate company. Do you see that there?
Okay, okay.
I'll click on that one. And I'm going to come down the page and there's a couple of sample websites from Coldwell Banker.
Oh, okay. I
I'm
see
gonna-
somebody.
I'm going to go ahead and click on one of these.
Mhm.
And there's hundreds of different kinds of websites in the business. And this just happens to be one of them. Okay, you can see what the whole website looks like.
Right.
Very presentable, nice, neat. It's a nice presentation. But up at the top here, you're going to see a button that says ICIWorld Property. And it says My Haves and Wants. And it says Ontario Residential, World Commercial, and Business Opportunities. So if you've got somebody looking for a restaurant, you could send them here and tell them to click on Business Opportunities, right or wrong.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to click on it. And up comes all of these different kinds of properties. Look at that. You tell me if this isn't fantastic. And then if somebody wants a restaurant, where's the restaurants here? Let me do a keyword search. Where is it?
It's
Can
just
anybody-
above revenue, actually. If you scroll up, I think I saw it up there.
Oh, I didn't even put it. Oh, there it is there. Okay. Now, when I click on it, look at all the restaurants that come up on your website. You tell me if this isn't fantastic. Now, let's say that somebody is interested in this chorus on your website. So I have a question for everyone. Somebody is going to try to click on that number, and guess what? I cannot click on it by design. So the question is, who do the people call? If this is on your website, every one of you, and people can't click on it, who do they have to call? If this is your website,
Well, they call me. Just give
give
them
me a
my
high
number.
five. Everybody give me a high five.
Give them my
High five,
cell
high
number
five,
and
high
tell them
five,
to
high
just
five,
call
high
me.
five.
They
High
don't
five.
need to call you. They can just call me. I'll pick up my phone. Don't worry.
Call me.
What I get now, at the beginning of the session, when we started at the very beginning, I made a statement that if you have a showing today, you have a chance to make money today. So if somebody calls you on this oopsie daisy, say somebody calls you on this restaurant cafe on here, obviously they know, by the way, these are very good calls when people call you. I'm getting great reports from everybody that gets calls. Why? Because there's 4 major ingredients in every ad. We try to get you, when you put your ads in, to do the same. The first one is a general location. And Raj, are you still here? Is Raj still here?
I think he had to pick up his daughter.
Okay, well, if you had to go, I wanted to show Raj, there's no address. There's no address on our listings for people to go behind your back. We have you put in a general location. That's it. If I said I had an Esso gas station in Lindsay, Ontario, and I didn't have a listing on it, could you figure out which one it is? Anyone?
Nope.
I got 1 no. Anybody else?
No.
I got 2 no's. Anybody else?
Nope.
3 no's. It turns out you're all wrong.
Oh,
And the reason is there's only 1 Esso gas station in Lindsay.
true.
Okay, this is one of the most important lessons to learn, and you've just learned it now. I'm so happy to share this with you right now. If I said I had a $30 million, by the way, this is a workshop. As far as we're concerned, Sunny and I, this is a workshop for us to learn together. I'm learning from you, vice versa.
Participating. Yep, that's true.
And this is a workshop so that when you hang up today and you go do your business, you can guard your information more than ever before. So those gas stations, we wouldn't even say Perry Sound because there's only a limited number of gas stations in Perry Sound. If it's a $4 million property, somebody could drive up there and visit the gas stations inside of 20 minutes, maybe an hour. And they can find out which one it is. If the commission, it's always 4 or 5%, that's $200,000, $160,000. And somebody can go drive up there and inside of an hour, figure out which one it is. They make that extra commission. So you have to protect your information. And that's something that I would go over Raj with. Too bad Raj is left because he doesn't know that yet. He's telling everybody what town they're in and everything. He should not be doing that. I'm just an assistant to all real estate brokers and salespeople in the business. And that's because I've been doing this for so long. So how would you do it? Well, I would simply say branded gas station, 90 minutes to Toronto. Got it? Any questions?
No, I think that's great.
So here you have the general area where it is, the type of property it is, and the price. Isn't that beautiful? That's all you have to put. So if you have anything available for sale yourselves, you just need those 4 ingredients, put them on here, develop a good business relationship with someone. And in order to learn this, We can't teach it in the time that's allotted right now. But what I can do is give you a presentation that has been recorded that we conduct for real estate boards, real estate associations, and real estate offices. And may I give that to you all now, where you can listen to the recording of a recorded presentation on how to work exclusive information.
Yes, please.
Okay, I'm going to go back to ICIWorld.com. I'm going to click on login because eventually all of you hopefully will become a member. You click on the word login. And when you come down the page, you're going to see all the instructions of how to get started. In fact, this is instructions step by step. And there's our special pledge. Everybody either makes money every 90 days or give us a call or triggers leads or does a referral every 90 days. Otherwise, you give us a call. But there's numbers 1 to 14, and it's number 5 right there. So if you just mark down login page, number 5, you click on it, and you'll see that it's something called Go to Stage Webinars on Demand and see the featured video. You click on that featured video, it's going to teach you how to work exclusive information no matter where in the world you're located, Missouri, Florida, California, British Columbia, you name it. You can work. And I'll go over that with you someday as well. Okay, any
Thank
other
you.
haves or wants, Sunny?
I know Geet wanted to share her gas stations, right, Geet?
Yes, so I do have a gas station in GTA or around the GTA area, like 1.5 hours or 2 hours range. Two,
Mhm.
couple of them in that range and some in Toronto itself. So the price range is 5.2 to 40 million. And I see that probably Sunny has already put it in there because I noticed that. We both work together, so yeah, we are in the same team.
Yep.
And there's some now, some of these people are principals. You can actually, when you become a member, you will be able to click on these once you are a member.
Okay. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for sharing gas stations. And then as well, since we're on the gas station topic, me and Harvey, are you there? We have one gas station for sale. It's Ultramar. It's about 10 million liters at about 6.9 cents per liter profit margin. And then there's in-store sales as well of $1.5 million at approximately a 21% margin, which comes to about 315.
What's the price?
Price is 6.9 million. It's a 10% cap rate. It includes commercial properties included, of course.
There it is.
Oh yeah, you pulled it up there. Yeah. Yeah, it's posted there. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
It's there.
Hi, Harvey. How's it going?
All right.
So me and Harvey are working on that for a while. It's a 10% cap. It's 1 hour north of Toronto. If anyone's interested in gas stations, feel free to reach out.
Well,
On
it might be
another-
getting it.
Mhm.
It might be getting it. Tim Hortons in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, once the town's water reaches it, probably with this year. It's
Okay,
on the
great.
well system right now because it's not in the town. It's on the highway.
Very good.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing that, Harvey.
I know. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
nice.
Gary, on another topic, I think they're trying to use the link and fill out the form, which is fine. But then when you submit it, it's giving an error message. Can you help us out
Oh.
with that, please?
Oh, geez.
But the form itself is actually working fine. And then soon you go to the end. We want to get them the deal.
Yes. That's my programmer, and I thought
Maybe
he had
ask
that-
George later. Yeah.
I thought he had that fixed.
It's okay. Rest assured, guys. Just give us a few hours. It should hopefully be working today in the next few hours.
Your call has been
Well,
forwarded to an automatic.
What we are going to do, out of respect to everyone, because everyone has been very loyal to us, we'll extend the promotion till tomorrow. So it's good for 24 hours. So you'll get the same deal that Gary mentioned, and it'll be good for 24 hours. So rest assured, you will be taken care of. Just save the link. And everyone will get a recording of today's mastermind training. So yeah, in the email, there'll be the link as well. So you don't need to write it down. It'll all be in there. Does anyone help? Because we do have quite a few things to get through. Does anyone else have a have that they want to share with the group before we move on?
Yes,
Yeah, what's your name, please?
it's Hisham Kafeshi.
Oh, Hisham, how's it going?
Good, how are you, Sonny?
Excellent, thank you. So go ahead. You have a whole bunch of things.
I will, yeah.
You're a wealth of knowledge and you're well connected. We're glad to have you here.
Well, thank you, thank you. So what I'd like to share today is I've got a couple of apartment buildings for sale, larger multifamily. One of them is in London, the other is in Waterloo. And I also have development land, or I guess site plan approved land ready. If you have any builder clients looking, I have several in the Niagara region. Anywhere between 50 units to 250 units.
Wow, I'm interested. I have some clients for you.
Fantastic.
That's what it's all
Also
about.
interested. I have some clients.
Okay, I'll share my email in the chat if you don't mind.
Great.
And can I just share a few of my haves and wants?
Sunny? What happened to Sunny? Okay, was the previous gentleman finished?
He's he's muted right now. Sonny, yeah, I'm finished. Thank you. I
Okay,
put my email in the chat. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, did you post any of those apartment buildings here at all?
Oh, no, I didn't know.
Not yet? Okay,
No.
have you seen the, by the way, if you can't sell one of those apartment buildings, you can come here and search apartment buildings, change it to a have. And if you sort them by price, what price range is your apartment building?
They're both around $40 million.
Okay, so you'll see we've got some apartment buildings here at 28 million, 25 million. You see these ones here?
Yes.
But what's really exciting, I think, there are buyers that are ready, willing, and able to pay what price you want. And I'm going to sort them by price here right now. And you'll see we've got buyers right up to $100 million.
Fantastic.
You tell me if this isn't fantastic.
Most certainly is.
Okay, so you can see there's buyers ready, willing, and able. You literally should be able to do a deal by next week calling some of these people. It can actually be that fast. Okay, let's move on to, who was that?
Me, Alina.
Okay,
Rima West.
Amina. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. So just to share a few of my haves and wants, I have a plaza that's $22 million in Milton. That's a B plaza, but looks amazing and mint condition.
Wow, that's amazing. And no
Cap. So that, then I have a second.
Can you see there's
Sorry?
73, just one second, Amina, do you see there's 73 buyers for shopping centers here?
Yeah,
Isn't that amazing?
that's great.
We started with shopping centers back in 1994. That's why there's some people, they put a shopping center on Treb, they got 4 calls, they put it on here and they got 32 calls and sold it. But the good news is you can do both if you can, but there's a list of buyers here for you right now to put it on here.
Yeah, okay. And I have site plan approved projects in the GTA.
Oh, this is
for-
very, very important. You're talking about potential subdivision, potential building lots, that kind of thing?
Well, in this case, it's a condo. It's actually affordable housing. This-
Oh, beautiful. I guess why I'm excited about that is because of the problems with all the prices going up all over the place. The sooner we can bring development land, these are all buyers, by the way, that you see for development land. We have all the major builders are plugged in to ICIWorld. Okay, can you see them all here?
Mhm.
Okay, so there are buyers here for that piece of land right now. I'm not kidding. You got a chance of doing deals here this next week or 2 weeks, whatever. That's what I'm excited about, because the more land you are all, every one of you that has a license to trade in real estate, you're in a very wonderful position to bring that information to these buyers, and bingo, the land gets sold faster, quicker, and easier. Next thing you know, they're bringing more houses on the market, and hopefully it's going to steady the price or try to bring it down, which seems impossible. But you know, the more land and the more houses to be built, the better it is for everybody. Does everyone agree?
Absolutely.
Agreed.
So that's wonderful that you have that piece of land. So make sure you get it into talking to some of these people here that have buyers.
Yeah,
Excellent.
absolutely.
Send us your email.
And I also have several businesses that I'm selling, including shawarma restaurant, clothing store. I'm actually just about to list 2 amazing tanning salons as a package deal in Newmarket.
So now the things that you're talking about are wonderful, because that's what we call a key word. And all of you, every single one of you that are listening, you should be thinking, what are the key words attached to that business? And you want to get that word into the subject line so that you can see if there's any kind of business that will include that word. And then that way you can search it. And if you notice, there's salons. A tanning salon would have the word salon there. We've got hair salons, nail salons. We don't have a tanning salon, so maybe we could use one.
Okay. And what I'm looking for, so it's a want. I know these are really hard to find, but in case anyone has anything, I'm looking for about 10 to 20,000 square feet of industrial space.
Yes.
I know those.
And let's go right up here and see if you got
Those are very special.
I'm going to
Yeah.
show you.
Hamilton, if anybody's interested in industrial space.
I'm gonna
Sorry, say
show
that
you-
again. Who was that?
I have Evelyn. I
Hi,
have some
Evelyn.
in Hamilton. I have some industrial space available in Hamilton. I have up to 40,000 square feet.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that might work.
Can you put your email in the box, Elena, please?
Yes, and I will also share it.
Or if you want, I can put yours for you. It's Elena 23 something, right?
Yes.
I'll just put it for you to save you
Sounds
some
good.
time. It's done. There you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sonny.
No problem.
And I'm looking for,
Can I show you how to sort by square foot here? You can go to industrial buildings, sort by building area square foot, and then do a search. And you'll see all the square footages here where people can search by square foot. You tell me if that isn't wonderful. See that? So that's the square. These are all the square feet. So you can actually search by square feet.
That's
for
cool. I never
buildings
knew
for
that.
sale. And then you can also search by wants, the square feet as well. And do the same thing. There's 69 people looking for space. Look at that. Now, is your property for sale or for lease?
Evelyn?
For sale, that 40,000 square
Sorry,
feet in
I
Hamilton.
have some for lease, and I am coming into another property that is going to be for sale in the same area in Hamilton, all up on the mountain around the Red Hill.
Okay, well, make sure you see this business category here. You'll notice way down at the bottom, it says to lease industrial.
Yes.
So that's another category where you
Mhm.
can actually find properties, you know, if you want to search the properties for lease,
Mhm.
bingo, these ones are all for lease.
Okay, perfect. Perfect.
So you can
I do
list it.
have some
So
in downtown Hamilton as well, if anybody's interested, and that one is 14,000 square feet.
very good. Another way you can search, of course, is by city. You can just do Canada, Ontario, and in the case of Hamilton, it happens to be Southwest, oopsie daisy, Southwestern Ontario. And you can just search everything in Hamilton. Just leave out the business category, leave it on haves and wants. I like to always sort things by age. And there's all the properties in Hamilton. These are all applicable to Hamilton, every one of these. There's about 103 right there. And if you want to do just industrial, you could do business category, industrial buildings for sale, just in Hamilton, and do a search. And these are all in Hamilton, all applicable. Most of them are wants. If I wanted just the haves, I would change it to a have right there and see if there's any industrial buildings for sale. And there's just the one, and it's only venture capital. So there's not here. That's good. Usually what we will say is expand the time limit of the age of the listing. And the reason is this, the buildings are still there. These buildings, if there's any building, oh, so nobody's put an industrial building on here for a while. So that would be very good to be putting it on here. Go ahead, carry on, Sonny.
Does anyone have any other halves they want to share with us? Please go ahead.
Just to wrap it up, so I just listed a property in Barrie that's shovel ready to build a 3-story office building, and I think it's very reasonably priced. It's only 1.2 million. So that I actually just put on MLS yesterday. And the last thing that I have that I'm looking for some reputable builders to do a JV with my client. He's got a beautiful plaza, but he wants to build a condo building, and he doesn't know where to start. So he's looking for some really good builders with a good reputation with the city, and it's in Thornhill.
Interesting.
And just the last thing I wanted to mention as a want, I'm constantly looking for good dental practices where the dentist is retiring, and pharmacies. So that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Very good. You see, there's a keyword dental here. And we've had dentists where the builders that had office space actually contacted the members here because they were looking for space for a dentist office. Search. There we go for dental. So everything that you've talked about today, everyone here, it's all available here by keyword. So it'd be nice to get your stuff all plugged in here so it becomes like a one spot in the world. Now you try to find all this stuff on social media, it's pretty difficult to hit and miss. Isn't it great if it could simply be organized by all of you in one spot where the whole world can kind of check it out anytime they want?
Absolutely, yes.
And it's all on your individual websites. So even dental practices, if you happen to have a website, it'll all be on your website too. And very good.
Does anyone else have any halves they want to share with the group? Don't feel shy, go ahead and share it. Or does anyone have any wants?
I have another half that's coming up shortly. I don't know if anybody has any interest, but I have a medical physician who's going to be franchising his medical practice and is going to be selling various locations where he would be the medical director. He already has 5 practices in the current market, and he's looking to expand to other areas. Most of his practices are here in the West End and Mississauga, Oakville, and Niagara region. So he's looking to expand more towards the East End, and all of his practices related to the COVID. If anybody has any interest, I could give them more information.
Very good.
Mhm.
You're able to see all those medical ones on the screen, so you can search them on your own time.
Excellent.
Absolutely, I can. Yep.
I wonder if, okay, very good.
I have a want, if I can share that. I didn't really get to share much. So a want or client or 2 previous clients that are motivated. One has $3 billion of assets in Ontario. The other one has 20 billion of assets in Ontario. And what they're looking for is multifamily apartment building, minimum 50 units and maximum whatever, 1,000 units. And they are previous clients and they have very strong assets and they're looking to buy, not sell. Apartment building in Ontario, preferably.
Sonny, I have one in London.
Excellent. I think you already shared that with Destin, right?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
Yep, we're working on it. We have
Sounds
not
good.
forgot about you.
Yeah, sounds
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome.
We have our special friend, Mr. Francesco, on the line. Francesco, say hello.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Sonny, for the invite. I've been
We
listening.
didn't forget about you.
No, I know. I've been listening to everything, and it's wonderful to hear everybody has some wonderful pieces of opportunities scattered throughout the GTA and Niagara region. And
Francesco is very connected.
well, not as much as you guys. You guys seem very well connected.
Well,
Yeah.
once you got the app on your phone, you're pretty good and connected.
Actually,
I knew that was coming,
I
Gary.
I did download the app, so I've been listening and scanning through this app and trying to understand a little bit through it. But I understand that I see that everybody is intrigued with Niagara, and I've been mentioning to Sunny for the last little while. Niagara is a very booming area. I moved to Niagara about 15 years ago, so I do know most of the key players in Niagara region. So if anybody has anything that they're looking for or they want in Niagara region, especially, definitely I could be a big part of it.
We find that Niagara region is happening.
It's growing like crazy now.
It is.
We've got there's people in the Niagara area that have made over $500,000 selling everything from hotels, motels, you name it.
Even land I saw. It
Even
appreciated
land,
so
yeah.
much land in Niagara.
I think the
has.
whole province is very active right now for everything that's going on here, especially land and that kind of stuff.
So one thing that
Only thing in the
I can
Niagara, the
say-
motel and the hotel is seasonal business. Sometimes people get scared of seasonal.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing though. This is one thing I can say is, so I'm originally from Toronto. I did travel part of the world, and I can tell you that people from Toronto, they made their money, they moved to Niagara, invested in Niagara. People from Niagara, they shifted to the Welland Fort Erie area, and people from Welland Fort Erie, they shifted to Waynfleet, and keeps moving further out. But Niagara itself, right now they're building condos, and right in the heart of Niagara Falls. So Lundy's Lane or Ferry Street and Stanley, they sold pre-construction at $1,000 a square foot.
No.
Yeah, like you can't. Very soon you're not be able to even afford Niagara. Like,
$1,000. That's Toronto pricing. Crazy.
I'm telling you, Stanley and Ferry Street. So there's a Dairy Queen on the corner, and so they already sold it. It's already been gone, and they're building, and attached to it is the Hilton Garden Inn, which will have a horseshoe across that people from the condo will be able to use the hotel for like 2 years, free of charge. So there's a lot happening in Niagara. There's a lot of stuff off market, especially that nobody is aware of.
You see these right
Excellent.
here? There's 38 buyers right now for Niagara for development land.
Oh, that's amazing.
There they are right now. They're ready to show
Very
you
good.
something next week. You can be writing an offer. It's that fast, gentlemen and ladies.
Wow.
This is
Yeah.
all for Niagara. If you
What
notice,
about-
there's the search here. See Niagara?
Yeah.
After Ontario, you got all these choices, Ontario, and then you can choose all of these areas. By the way, our Northern Ontario starts at Barrie, just so that you know.
Interesting. Very good.
Yeah.
How about my good friend, Mr. Perusford? You have something, I'm sure. Why don't you share it with us? You always have lots of things. He's shy today. That's okay.
Sonny, let me know when I can show people how to keep their information confidential.
Please go ahead.
Can we do that now?
Yeah, we're all set. Yes.
All right, let me go and switch screens here. This is part of, if you don't listen to our complete presentation, I'll give you just a taste of it so you can see what's going on here. Has anybody ever said to you that I don't want to give you a listing, but I will pay you a commission? All of those properties that were presented today were those cases.
100% yes.
Okay, so when this is happening, here's what you do. you better all take a picture of these 3 questions. Our service has been going for over 20 years. We got brokers making tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, making over $1 million. We got deals over $50 million higher than the Toronto Real Estate Board. And it's learning how to keep your information confidential and yet still market the opportunity. So you ask the owner 3 special questions. Whenever somebody says, you bring me in $10 million or 20 or 30 million or 1 million or 500,000, or even if it's a condo, it doesn't matter. I'll pay you a commission. You ask them a question. Will you pay me a commission if I bring you a buyer? And you notice we got black and red printing on the screen. You must ask both parts of that question. If you leave out one part, you're going to get a no. Anybody have any problems with that first question?
No problem.
No.
That's a great
No.
question.
Okay,
No.
let's go.
Nobody
right-
wants to sign a listing, right? So
Everybody, they say, listen,
they'll pay us.
I'll sell my property, but I'll sell my business, but I don't want to give you a listing. They all say that.
You don't blame them, right?
Nope. Let's go to the second question because we're going to be running out of time here in a moment. The second question is, will you give me a 48-hour exclusive listing to show the property once I have a buyer? If you don't say once I have a buyer, they're going to say no. They've already told you no, they don't want to give you a listing. But once I have a buyer, you get a verbal agreement from them. There's a way to work information on ICIWorld based on a verbal agreement. I'm going to show you how to do it within the next 2 minutes. Does anybody have any problems with that second question?
Nope.
Okay, let's move right on to the third question. You actually ask them for permission to market the property, but you're going to do it without disclosing the address. So if it's a pharmacy, you're just going to say pharmacy Scarborough, $1.2 million, making money. That's it. If it's a gas station, 90 minutes to Toronto, branded, making money, that's it. You're not going to say anything else. As soon as you start telling the brand, as soon as you start telling a location, people can figure out and read between the lines what it is. When you do it this way, and there's 2 reasons why you do it this way with information. The first one is RICO. A registrant shall not include anything in an advertisement that could reasonably be used to, and the key word is identify, specific real estate unless the owner of real estate has consented in writing. Now, the new RICO guidelines, I just went through it the other day. I renewed my commercial real estate license and I took the commercial course, and there's a little different wording, but basically it's exactly the same thing. No photos, and do not identify the property unless you have the consent of the owner in writing. That's number 1. So you can say that you have a home in Mississauga, $1.6 million, double car garage, ground level family room, granite counters, overlooking ravine lot. You can put that on ICIWorld without a signed listing, as long as you do not put the address. Does everyone understand that? Now, the problem comes in, and by the way, there's a second reason you don't put the address, because if you did, people can go behind your back. On ICIWorld, there's an ocean of people that are on the internet, over 5 billion people. And the sharks are swimming around ICIWorld big time, waiting for real estate people to make mistakes. And if you make a mistake and give too much information, they can go direct to the owner. And then you go talk to the owner 2 months later and they said, oh, I sold it myself. Yeah, well, could have been your buyer that actually ended up buying it because you gave too much information. So how do you handle a situation like that? Well, here's how. When somebody calls you, they're going to ask you for the address. So you can take a picture of those 3 special questions, and you can take a picture of this right now with your cell phone, or you can listen to the webinar later, the webinar workshop. It's called a featured video that you can listen to later. It's got all of this in it. You simply say, when somebody asks you for the address, in this particular case, we have to put an agreement in place first. But if it's okay with you, I can show it to you on Saturday. You come to my office and I will make arrangements for you to see it. And then on the Friday, the day before the appointment, you go get yourself a 48-hour exclusive listing agreement to show it. And that's how we handle exclusive information here. I would never, we have 40,000 listings. 75% of them are exclusive. It doesn't mean that we don't put an agreement in place first before showing the property or before divulging an address of the property to someone. Any questions that you have with me at any time at all, I'm going to ask once. I think, there we are. Here's what you do. If you ever have questions of me anytime at all in the future, what you do is you go to ICIWorld.com, click on the login, and then when you click on login, please click on make an appointment. You must make an appointment with me each time. We can't handle 200 people calling in at one time. And you'll see here, it says here, make an appointment. Are you able to see that? Make an appointment?
Yes.
Okay, you click on that and then you make it for 60 minutes and you'll see that we're going basically every day, and you just have to click on one of these. You'll see we start at 7 a.m. daily. Just pick a time, click on it, confirm it, no matter where you are in the world. Just make sure the time zone's set up. It's on the time when you get it. Fill this in. And then 10 minutes before your time, you go back to ICIWorld.com and then you click on the webinar workshop that's right up here at the top in the middle. If you have, if you want us to use Zoom, we can use Zoom or we can use our GoToMeeting, either one. Usually we use Zoom when people have a Mac computer. The Windows computer works good with Webinar Workshop, but if you feel comfortable with Zoom, we can use Zoom. Either one works great. And we conduct these meetings all over the world, in the Caribbean, you name it. And we're happy to help you. No obligation to join. I'm the manager of the ICIWorld Association of Real Estate Brokers and Salespeople. Thank you for having me and sharing this with you. And I really enjoyed hearing all your haves and wants. And hopefully we can get together again someday. Sonny, over to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much for being so helpful and caring about all of us, Gary. And we want to thank everyone for participating and joining us today. I hope you guys all had a great time. And in the next session, so remember, every first Wednesday of the month at 2:30 Eastern, we have the social media, and every third Wednesday of the month at 2:30, we have the commercial meeting. Feel free to reach out to the person who invited you if you want a copy of the recording, or if you want to book for the next seminar, reach out to the person who invited you and they'll arrange that for you as well. We want to thank you everyone for appreciating and joining us. And in the next session for the commercial, we'll start off with the wants, just to be fair to everyone. What do you think about that, Gary?
That's a good idea.
We'll start off with the wants and we'll get that out of the way, and then we'll go to the have second next time.
One thing I should mention, because we had the problem with people subscribing today for the special, I'm going to suggest you just make an appointment with us and we'll take care of it in the appointment. And then that way, when our programmer has a chance to fix it, I can make sure that it works for you. So maybe they shouldn't even try to sign up because of that error. And just make an appointment with us and I'll get them started with the special.
Great. Okay, Gary.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Gary and Sunny. A fabulous resource. And it was nice to hear about everybody's up and coming and current listings.
Very good.
Excellent. Does anyone have any questions? We'd love to answer any of your questions.